health is always approached from a holistic perspective, right? So we don't just look at one aspect of health and think we're going to be optimal. So, there are just certain things that, again, in today's highly toxic, stressful world that we need to constantly be supporting. And those are all of them. Gut, like you said, everything, when you have a healthy gut, it's the gateway to autoimmune disease and other health issues. We know that. We know
aging.
Aging for sure. And most people have a gut issue, but they're so used to having it that they don't even realize that bloating or that discomfort or whatever is going on, they just get used to it. And so it's important. Like, to me, these are just foundational things that any person would need to have in order to stay optimally healthy. And then, of course, above and beyond that would be the more therapeutic effects. So people who are healing from surgeries or trauma or anything, this is going to give you that sort of therapeutic level effect.
You're listening to Cleanse, Heal, Ignite podcast, and I'm your hostess, Diane Kaiser, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, former pro soccer player, transformational leader, holistic healer, and life purpose coach, helping you and your business awaken to your full potential. We are a transformation tribe of visionaries empowering passion-quenching, heart-centered advice to wellness warrior leaders on self-love, nutrition, mindset, and divorcing perfectionism. Our mission is to help you laugh your way to a sexy belly, love your way to vitality, and live your life with purpose by sharing real talk and truth drops that will help you cleanse your body, heal your hormones, and ignite your life. Side effects of this podcast may include all-day energy, happy hormones, perfect poops, increased confidence, becoming your own best healer, and catching the self-love virus. There's currently no vaccination to protect you from this and no known cure. In most cases, listeners experience a strong desire to accept new challenges, ditch toxic people, follow their heart, and dance like no one's watching. If you experience moods happier than usual, live it unapologetically and share with your social media friends immediately. Hey, what's going on, warriors? Diane Kaiser here. Welcome to the Cleanse, Heal, Ignite podcast. I'm Diane Kaiser, your hostess for today. We're going to be talking to Heather Morgan, one of my dearest friends, and also an associate of mine who I have brought on to help me create one of the most incredible supplement lines that I have ever taken myself, if I do say so myself, which is the line that I created. But I don't just want to brag about the line that I created. I want to talk about what really went into putting together the Chi supplement line for ladies in mind, and also considering every piece that goes into your lives that so many women are after. And actually this is a line that I say, if you're watching this over video, you'll see how pretty the labels are. You'll see the labels, and they look very girly. They're pretty. They're beautiful. But they're also, men can take them too. Children can take them too. So we'll talk about that. But I am very passionate about this topic because I have been doing supplements for a very long time, taking them since I was 15 years old. I'm 41 now at the time of this recording. And since I was about 17 years old, I have been chronically taking supplements. I started as a bodybuilder, getting ready to go into college, playing D1 soccer. So performance was very important for me. Recovery and strength was very important for me. This is when I learned a lot about supplementation, to do it for energy, to do it for metabolism, to do it for recovery so that we're able to sleep better and repair our tissues. And so many of you guys know now that I just recently came out with my book, which is Amazon bestseller in 2 categories, which is called Killer Breasts, which is about recovery, about tissue recovery once you remove your breast implants. So today we're going to talk about the best supplements for beauty, energy, immunity, and vitality optimization. And I could not think of any better woman to be on this show with me today than Heather Morgan. Thank you so much for being here today, sister.
Of course. Thank you. I've been so excited to chat with you. I'm so excited for your line. And yes, it not only is it adorable, what's inside those bottles is pretty amazing. You did a great job.
Thank you. With special thanks to you. We're going to get a little sciencey today, but we're going to make it fun. So we're going to go for about 30 minutes. If you guys can get your thinking caps on, we're not going to go too over your head. Our goal is to make this relevant to your life so that you feel like you have hope in customizing this journey, in simplifying this journey, and optimizing this journey, because there are probably millions of different iterations or combinations that you could take of supplements out there, and we understand it is extremely confusing.
Yeah.
If you are somebody who wants to pay the least amount of dollars for supplements and
go on a BOGO spree and go to CVS and just buy the bare minimum. This is not the show for you, and this is not the supplement line for you. If you're a woman who wants the best for her body because she believes that she deserves the best and really wants to feel better and to get the best out of her dollar and have the highest quality because she has already gone through a lot of suffering, taking low quality supplements, and like probably you, Heather, taking 15 supplements at a time and being completely overwhelmed because you hear one thing from a magazine article, you heard another thing on a TV show, you get a recommendation based on your labs from maybe a homeopath, then you talk to another doctor who maybe is a Western medicine doctor who says you got to optimize, your vitamin D levels, and you're just totally confused. So we want to customize this to you as much as possible. So I just want to start the show by saying, if you guys have not yet checked out my Neurotoxic Quiz to understand how toxins play a role by asking the question of, are toxins the root cause of my symptoms? Please go to dianekaiser.com, take that quiz, and it's giving you an idea of exactly what supplements I recommend for you specifically and why and for how long. You'll also get my 35-page free ebook on why supplements are so important today and why the biggest myth on how you can't just get all the nutrients that you need from food. I really wish that was the case, but we used to have over 80 minerals in our soil, and now we have only like 4. That's because of GMO processing foods and over manufacturing of the same 7 foods that most people are consuming on a regular basis, which absolutely is destroying our beauty, energy, immunity, and vitality. So today I want these to be the supplements that give you, if that's what they're called, supplements, the supplemental build between what food used to be 100 years ago and food is today. So go check out that ebook. It is loaded. You will understand exactly why supplements are so important and why I chose the very highest quality in terms of manufacturing and ingredients that there is out there, period. These are nutraceuticals. And I brought on Heather to talk to you today about exactly what that all means. So Heather, let's get started there. Who are you and what is your role in assisting me in this process and the journey of creating these beautiful supplements that we chose together?
Well, it's funny. I think you and I both started our journeys pretty similarly in that we both had compromised health issues. We were seeking healing from trauma, like to our bodies. And I, like you, spent a lot of time just researching, trying to learn what's the best way to support my body's ability to heal. And I actually went to school for nutrition, holistic nutrition, and just was actually blown away. Many of the things that you just said was sort of my awakening as well. Learning about the soil, learning about just the millions and millions of processes that our bodies go through each and every day. And in today, especially today's high-paced, high-stress lifestyles, we weren't designed to live in a world that we live in today, obviously, right? So everything from electromagnetic energy to toxins in our indoor environment, toxins in our outdoor environment, we are exposed to so many more chemicals today, right? So what happens is it's compromising us all. Then if you have any type of an injury or any type of a trauma to your body, you're just adding that on to the burden of your body trying to keep up, right? Just trying to keep up with the healing. Because in the end of the day, your body is hardwired and designed to heal itself. It's constantly attempting and constantly trying to do its job to keep you optimally healthy, to keep you as healthy as possible. But it gets overburdened. And so, and then when you add in the fact that we're eating a diet that's way depleted in nutrition today, right? The soils just aren't delivering what we need. You need to supplement. And not only are there just enormous amounts of studies out there showing the benefits of supplementation, but I think just about everybody that's gone through what we've gone through realizes that, hey, I couldn't have done it without supplementing and or understanding, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I would say about, because I'm so picky. I mean, I have done, like Heather, I've gone through many falls, breakdowns, and breakthroughs, and have tried many different brands of supplements. And it is the top question I get, like, what supplements do you recommend? Where do I get them? How, what quantity? People don't think about quality, and we're going to talk about that today. There's a reason I chose the top quality, because your body deserves it. Number 2, you get what you pay for. If you're choosing low quality supplements, I will actually see that you have higher levels of toxins on your labs. And those toxins are going to actually cause the thing that you're taking supplements to help you with, which is fatigue, because you're now more toxic because you're taking toxic supplements. And the majority, they've done studies and they've seen that the majority of these supplements that are out there, I don't even know what the studies were. When I first looked at this research is when I was a bikini competitor about 11 years ago, when I really started getting deep into supplementation and learning about supplementation for clients I was training. And Consumer Reports or something like that, they did a big study and they found that like 95% of supplements that were out there didn't even have anywhere close to the levels of what they claim to be in the labels. So you're paying for all these things that are literally lying to you. I mean, look at social media today, right? How many, like what's what anymore, right? So I learned so much about that then. And these, before I even launched these, you guys, I am a product of my own advice. So before I say it out there, before I even put it out there, I have tested it for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year sometimes to find the very best. These are supplements that I feel a difference when I'm without. It's kind of like when you think about your significant other, you know, it's like a first date. You go, oh, I miss them after the first date, or the second or the third. And you're like, oh, I miss them. It's the same thing. If you're not missing the person that you're dating, then you're probably not meant to be, or you just don't want a partner. But this is the same thing. So like you can feel these when you're missing them. So Heather, why is that? Let's talk about like quality first.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I ended up over on the manufacturing side, obviously, which is where my passion is, because I'm a total science geek, but also too just a huge believer in what I discovered. So with that, being on the manufacturing side really has shown me that there are so many variables involved in supplementation. At times, it can be frustrating. And as you mentioned, there's so much information out there. Unfortunately, there isn't the regulation on many of the mainstream supplements, especially on the retail space. So I learned that there's a difference, and you know, you move towards what you focus on, right? So this is an area that I focused for quite a long time, and realizing that, oh my gosh, like, and not that we've been duped, but that there is, quality is everything. And I just want people to know that, that, you know, there are people that you can follow, such as Diane, that have done the homework for you, because there's this whole, and this is what I categorize you as I've watched you go through this process and seen how you formulate. There are supplements that are pretty much out there in the retail and the mainstream world, not saying that they're not effective. I'm sure some of them are, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them, knowing what I know. And so I have the pleasure of working with people such as yourself through the manufacturing process to really understand what those ingredients really are. What's form, you know, I would say form equals function, right? So in the body, the molecular form, the form is really important. So the way that we manufacture, and the way that we manufactured for you, was ensuring everything from the raw materials that are coming in that we're choosing, right? And so those all are just raw materials that have tremendous amounts of studies and science behind them. But even then, with the raw materials, understanding where they're sourced, how they were sourced, how they were handled and treated, everything from temperature control to testing them for example, molds, viruses, bacteria, impurities of any sort. Those, you know, there are certain facilities such as ours that are what we call NSF and GMP. So those are the top standards for manufacturing supplements, and most of what you see out there in the retail space are not certified in GMP and NSF, as well as doing the third-party testing that we do on all of our materials. So when you came to us, I was so excited to work with you, because I understood that you work with people who are looking for therapeutic results. In other words, we primarily manufacture for doctors, for licensed healthcare professionals. So everything that we manufacture, and when we do things, we do it knowing that the doctors need to get results with the patients. So we manufacture for doctors, and doctors are using laboratory tests to move the needle for the patients, whether it's, vitamin D, whether it's, something that's cardio metabolic or cardiovascular, or, something for the blood. Like, there's just, everything we do has to have an end result, a therapeutic end result. And that's very, very different than what you would see in the mainstream, say, on the shelves in some of our retail stores. And they're just manufacturing differently. That's all. They're manufacturing to a certain retail population, whereas we're manufacturing for doctors and for people who need therapeutic results. Yeah. So I was so excited when I saw that the ingredients that, we put together and what you're doing, because, and we can talk about collagen just as an example. When the body goes through trauma and is needing, to repair, collagen can be really, really important. And collagen is pretty popular today.
Yeah. I wanted to share a few statistics before we get into that, because, for me, where I'm at, and where so many women that I work with, they come to me, and the goal is, it's aging and skin sagging, and they want healthy alternatives, because a lot of them have used Botox or have had breast implants, or have had like years of pharmaceutical abuse, and they're on 5 pharmaceuticals. Right. 1 to 3 of them are mood altering medications like benzodiazepines, right. Antidepressants, sleep medications. Some of my clients were on the minor, like low levels of the date rape drug to fall asleep. And so this is a lot of toxic beauty, and then also autoimmune disease and previous cancer. And so there's a lot of tissue recovery. The aging on the outside process is a direct reflection of the diseasing and degradation of tissues on the inside of the body. And so a lot of women are like, oh, it's air quotes, it's my hormones. But like, sure, it's your hormones, but the level of toxicity and digestive dysfunction is where that begins. And of course, what I always say is, like, if you're being a bully to yourself too, that's a whole nother topic for other episodes you guys can listen to on my podcast, where when we're being a jerk to ourselves, that actually causes leaky gut too, because of the pH of the body. But but I wanted to start with some statistics, and I've shared this too. When you guys go to my website, dianekaiser.com, and you take that Neurotoxic Quiz, it's going to take you to several of these products and videos on each one of these products that I've done, and educating you on the specific ingredients in each one of them, and why that's so important. But I wrote this down for one of the videos I did, which is that today, as we age, we start to lose a lot of collagen, and the statistics of what that looks like is that, they've done studies on this too. So this is not just out of thin air, is after the age of 40, signs of collagen deficiencies become more noticeable. And I could totally vouch for this with also having breast implants. And that also just felt like overnight I started aging, because I was itching and I had a lot of allergies, and did allergy scratch tests and found that none of it would show me that it was my breast implants and Botox that was causing these things. And so I just continued to scratch and they did prednisone, and that destroyed my tissues. And so these are the alternatives, what so many women are doing unknowingly, that it's degrading their collagen and tissue turnover. So what happens is that we lose about 1% of our collagen every year in our mid-20s, and then we lose as much as 30% during the first 5 years of menopause. And another study in 2014, they found that with a group of 69 women between 35 and 55, found that those who took 2.5 or 5 grams of collagen daily for 8 weeks showed a lot of improvement in skin elasticity compared to those who didn't take it. So we lose a lot of collagen, and collagen makes up to 50 or 70% of your skin. And that's why it's important. So a lot of women are losing their hair or their skin and nails. They suffer, which also includes cellulite, wrinkles, hair loss. All of these things are a direct reflection of collagen. And so collagen was the #1 supplement sold in 2018. And there's a huge reason why. I think it was 2018. I can't remember what year it was, but around that time. So it is important. It's very important, because as we age, we lose it. And the quality of collagen is absolutely integral. So let's get into that, Heather, because
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and this is not just a regular collagen supplement. This is also for metabolic stabilization, for hormones, for it's low carb. Some people would say keto, but I would say low carb. My body hates carbs. I feel like crap the next day if I ingest too many carbs.
Yeah, I'm absolutely crazy about that formula for so many reasons, but specifically the protein source in that formula is collagen. And what's unique about it is, again, yes, collagen is very, very popular, but think about it. Anything you take, anything you put into your body, how do you actually know if your body's going to actually utilize it to get the results that you really want, right? Like, not all collagen is equal, and it's not all made the same. So the collagen that you have in your formula is actually, first of all, 3 different types of collagen peptides. And those are highly bioactive peptides due to their density, the size, as well as, and I also want to say the non-GMO, by the way, because that's really important. But they are hydrolyzed in a way that is not typical of what you would see on the market to be more highly bioavailable. So how do we know? There have been many, many studies done on this particular material that's in your shake, showing that the collagen is actually doing what it says it's going to do. So the collagen peptides in your shake are addressing hair, skin, and nails, as well as soft and hard connective tissue. So the second one addresses soft and hard connective tissue, right? And then the third one is actually addressing bone. So different types of collagen support different things in the body, and not everybody realizes that. So it's not just like a sort of, you just take a particular collagen and it's going to support everything in your body. You really do need the different polypeptides to be able to do that. So I like that you've combined all of them because they all have a different purpose. And the quality that you went for is this particular hydrolyzed quality that is just known to be far superior based on studies for bioactivity and actually doing what it says it's going to do in the body. I've actually been taking your shake and I love it. I have to say, as a woman in my 50s myself who's going through menopause, I need all the help I can get. And but I also love the fact that your shake has good healthy fats in it. It's super low carb, which I also love right now at this place in my life, and just some really, really neat and unique ingredients, like grass-fed butter powder, like it's just a really, really amazing formula.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Heather. And I would agree. Again, this is like a test run, and it was like, well, before I even share the importance of collagen and the depth of collagen, and I need to try this for myself, and I need to feel how it feels, especially because the time of recording this, I'm about a little over a year post explant. But if anybody's been listening to my journey, you guys may have heard, or maybe you have read my book, which many of you guys have been writing in and saying that you've read my book and are really impressed and want to work with me one-on-one, or just want to learn this system and more about these supplements, which is why I'm doing this show today. It is that I had 2 Achilles tendon surgeries after my breast explant surgery. So last year, 2018, was 3 surgeries for me. And it was absolutely integral that I go through the journey of repairing and recovering my tissues. And not only just my tissues, but like what to do. Why would you want to do that? Like, because I want to hike. I want to still be outdoors. Yeah. I still like to play a little soccer here and there, because I played pro soccer once upon a time. And I'd love for my body to look, I'm 41. And Heather, how old are you? You're in your 50s, you said? I don't know if you're
52.
Yeah. So we're 10 years apart. But when I look at us, and this is not said with ego, this is said with a testimony to how we treat our bodies and the quality of the things that we put into it. Like this collagen is 3 types of collagen. So it's not just going after the beauty aspect. It's also going after your gut. And so when you have leaky gut, this is a huge issue that people don't even think about. But leaky gut is the birthplace for autoimmune disease.
Yes.
And so it's not just that. It's this quality glycine, which is one of the amino acids in collagen. It is known to heal the gut. And what I have found is that my digestion has also improved by taking this. So it starts to cut out the amount of digestive supplements that you need, because you're going after the root cause why you have digestive issues to begin with, and autoimmune disease. I did want to say this, Heather, it's a huge celebration. I was just graduating one of the clients that went through our Chi program just yesterday. Okay. And she came to us, and she had had MS diagnosis 10 years ago, something like that. She's going to be on the show here soon because she did want to share her journey with us. And she has been in a wheelchair. She couldn't get out of a wheelchair. She is now wheelchair free after being with us for 3 months.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So
huge.
it's so big, and it's because of these supplements. It's because the quality of the things that are recommended to her. It's because we're digging into the roots of why someone has autoimmune disease to begin with, and we're going after the roots of it instead of just all of the different symptoms that arise from that. So when you take supplements like this, you actually need to take less of them overall because you're not chasing the symptoms. You're going after the root of why you have them to begin with. So what I love so much about what you said is that we're going after the bones, women who are aging, bone density issues, internal tissues that are having a hard time recovering. It's so important for women today.
So incredibly important. And you don't typically see all of these ingredients together, to be able to just nourish your body in that way. And I always say, every time you eat or drink, you're either feeding disease or fighting it. And so, as much as people kind of get into a mindset of, oh, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that, I always tell people, focus on what you should have and could have, and just love your body with nourishment.
Amen.
Over time, honestly, I've seen it over and over and over where people just don't even think about that junk that they were eating anymore. Because when you start just giving your body these great shakes and the supplements and the good food and just really beautiful plates of brightly colored, nourishing foods, all of a sudden the other stuff doesn't taste as good anymore. You don't have the wild blood sugar ups and downs from eating all the carbs. And once you just focus on doing the right thing and really just nourishing yourself in a loving way, all of a sudden, and I've seen it, people just start to not even focusing on what they can't have. They just focus on what they want, how
so much easier.
Right. It's so true.
It's so much easier. And this is what I teach. If you guys, prefer to do your own self-led journeys and watching modules, I have my program, The Warrior Cleanse, which is the time we're recording this, it will be relaunched again. It's really important. It's a guide to help you learn what foods are best for your body and how to eat holistically again and realistically. Because one of the recipes in the Warrior Cleanse, my metabolic mocha, is how I start my morning every morning. Everybody knows that. It's kind of like having a cacao ceremony. And this is for many, many years, women used to come together in tribe and do things called cacao ceremonies. And it was very beautiful. Cacao is the highest antioxidant rich food in the world. And again, important to have high quality. So what I do is I teach this in the Warrior Cleanse, recipes like this, where we're getting back to the goddess energy of who we are truly without being in this high stress world. So I put this in the metabolic mocha in the morning with cacao, and it's like every morning I have a cacao ceremony. It's so beautiful. And all the women in my tribe are doing the same thing. So I would suggest you guys start your morning, trade the coffee in, try the metabolic mocha instead, add your Shake It Girl to it. You don't need any other protein powder because this is your protein powder. And if you're a woman who's an athlete, this is a low carb lifestyle type of protein powder. And like Heather said, it has lots of healthy fats in it. So you should not be hungry for 4 hours after this. It's a great way to start your morning without blowing your adrenals out. And the root cause of your hormonal issues is metabolic dysfunction. If you're starting your morning with coffee and not having any of these healthy fats, you are going to be extremely exhausted or needing more caffeine and more adrenaline pumps throughout the rest of the day. And then you're not going to sleep well either.
It's so, so true. When people understand that just giving your body enough of the good nourishment, and when you get enough of it, your cravings go away. Your blood sugar stabilizes. All of a sudden, the craziness around food and snacking and everything, just really, when you're nourishing your body in the right way and your body responds, it's so happy. It's, and you just learn to listen to your body, because in the end of the day, once you get it right, you will get your optimal body composition without even trying, because everybody always says, oh, I can't have that. I want to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight or whatever. You know what? Just build health, build nourishment, build health. And the bonus prize in the end is going to be your optimal body composition. You're going to have energy to go out and work out, do the things you want to do. And your mood is so important when it comes to how and what we're eating. People don't realize, I think often, people think, well, I've had, whatever go on in my life or whatever traumas, things are hard. So I feel, blue and depressed and anxious. But the truth is, I've seen it over and over and over. food is so connected to your mood. And once you start loving on yourself and nourishing and, really just getting all that great nourishment, all of a sudden your mood is better. And you kind of want to go out and do all those great things that maybe, you didn't want to do before. It's pretty amazing.
It is. It really is. And we've had women come through our program and do supplements like the cheese supplements. Before I had these manufactured for us specifically through our company, I was using supplements like this. And so I know the quality and I know the amounts, like, zinc as an example. When we're looking at some of these supplements that I have in my hand, we've got vitamin C, we've got zinc, we've got vitamin B6. A lot of these things are really important for progesterone creation, also unhealthy estrogen synthesizing and detoxification. Everything that I created here, Heather and I put together as the core key staples, the foundations that every woman needs at the base of your pyramid. And that's what you're going to learn. And when you take the Neurotoxic Quiz, is you're going to learn exactly how to stack supplements. And that these are the core 5 that I recommend every woman to take to feel more alive and to thrive. And I like to rhyme, and that's what makes it really fun.
Let's show the other 4. I know we showed the collagen, but let's show your
other 5. So I was looking at my Detox Diva, like as an example. So we talk about your gut. Your collagen is so important to heal your gut. And when you're working with me one-on-one, we're doing lab testing to see how much deeper. These are the foundations. And the next foundation, the next 4, which is, phase 2 of the supplements, are how to customize these based on your lab. So these are the core 5. But then one of these that's in here is zinc. And there's 15 milligrams of zinc in just the Detox Diva. And if you're not a liver, you're a dyer. You've got to be protecting your liver, because if you're not detoxing your hormones properly. And so this whole thing is a synergistic effect to optimize your digestion, your hormones, your immune system markers. So your gut, 80% of your immune system is there. And then zinc is such a big part of your immune system. It's such a key thing on the topic today, Detox Diva.
With everybody wanting to boost their immune system, with everything that's going on out in our society today, it's really, really important to think about, gosh, how do I support that happening? And zinc is so important for that.
Yeah, and even, Hormone Hottie has things like this you'll learn more about this on each one of the individual videos. Yeah. But what I created is the PAL, and Heather and I went back and forth for literally months on this, including being on the beaches of Maui. Yeah. And when we put this together, may or may not have a margarita in our hand.
May or may not have.
May or may not have a
really good formula.
Yeah. Girl talk and margaritas on the beach, creating these supplements.
Salted in this.
Yes. And definitely made sure that we had our Detox Diva on hand when we're drinking alcohol, because you always want to support your liver.
100%. Yeah.
So Gut Goddess is spore-based probiotics. This is the P and PAL. I created be your own best pal. You've got spore-based probiotics. You have your Hormone Hottie for A, which is the adrenal support, which also supports your thyroid as well. And then we've got Detox Diva, which is your liver support. So important to have at least these 3. It's under $100 currently when I'm recording this, and it covers a month's supply. If you put it on auto ship, you get a bigger discount. But when we put these together, Heather, what was the overall feeling that you had on why this is going to be such a success for our ladies?
Well, again, health is always approached from a holistic perspective, right? So we don't just look at one aspect of health and think we're going to be optimal. So, there are just certain things that, again, in today's highly toxic, stressful world, that we constantly be supporting. And those are all of them. Gut, like you said, everything, if you don't have a healthy gut, it's the gateway to autoimmune disease and other health issues. We know that. Aging for sure. And most people have a gut issue, but they're so used to having it that they don't even realize that bloating or that discomfort or whatever is going on, they just get used to it. But
good point.
Most people do have some sort of gut issue going on. So it's important. Like, to me, these are just the foundational things that any person would need to have in order to stay optimally healthy. And then, of course, above and beyond that would be the more therapeutic effects. So people who are healing from surgeries or trauma or anything, this is going to give you that sort of therapeutic level effect. So gut, yes, detox, no brainer. I mean, we are so way overexposed to toxins in our life. And And there's not really good products out there, especially in the retail space, that really are specifically targeting, you know, the liver in I guess an all-inclusive and efficient way, which is what you have there. Like
Yes.
the zinc and the B6 and yeah.
All the phases of detoxification, because
it's hard to find.
Yeah, we don't want to get super nerded out, but we're both science girls and geeks, goddesses, but there's multiple phases that the liver goes through to detox, and many that we see have genetic mutations, like myself, single nuclear polymorphisms like MTHFR. And so in these supplements, there is no folic acid, it's methylfolate. And so it's really important if you have genetic mutations, like so many of us women, especially who have had breast implant illness, we just don't detox that well. So we want to give the liver what the liver needs to detox, and not just like 2 grams of zinc, like 15, 30 grams of zinc. Therapeutic. This one, Heather, the beauty builder. This is the last one we'll cover. This one is the multivitamin I recommend every woman take. So this is our multivitamin, and it is a beauty specific multi, but when we say beauty, we're also talking about internal tissue recovery, because that's what makes you age more gracefully and not as rapidly, as we have, again, things like lysine, and lysine, 250 milligrams. If you're someone who gets herpes, cold sores, which I see many women do, they're taking lysine by itself. This one supplement I heard from many women, and I see this on my own labs and clients I work with, will knock out 10 individual vitamins and supplements you can take. So imagine not having to take 10 of those, and you just have one bottle that covers it all.
It's super comprehensive for sure. And, you know, the challenge is, you know, because I know what you're going for, which is beauty, because it's so important, right? It's important to all of us, but, you know, having a multivitamin that's geared for beauty. So, you know, and listen, men can take it too, right?
Yes.
Yes. I always say that because there's so many great ingredients in there, but everybody should be taking a foundational multivitamin. I mean, you're talking, you know, vitamins, that are, yes, supporting beauty from within, but most people are putting, you know, potions and lotions on the exterior, wanting that beauty. But the truth is, like you said, oxidation, all of the things, if things aren't functioning well on the inside, and all of those metabolic pathways, all of our pathways, if they're not fueled with the nutrients, so everything, right, requires nutrients to function, right? So, macros or micros, these are all things that go on within our body, and most of it is sourced and supported through food, nutrients that come from our food. So that's what's in the bottle, because we just don't get it. We don't, and honestly, even eating the healthiest diet, people's digestion just is so taxed and overstressed today.
Totally. Like 90% of people are deficient in stomach acid, especially women with thyroid disease, which is like 1 out of 3 of us. And when you don't have enough stomach acid, that's also, you know, collagen, stomach acid both decrease as we age by like 1% per year. And so if you don't have stomach acid, you're more subject to bad bugs that become,
absolutely, you know, not killing them off.
Exactly. And you're not digesting the proteins well, and those don't get digested and assimilated into neurotransmitters, which feed your brain. And so we got brain fog and depression and anxiety. So this is a whole system. It's not just one supplement. It's a whole system and an ecosystem designed to help you with all the things: beauty, energy, immunity, and vitality. And especially with, like, you know, vitamin D, vitamin C, it's all in here. So imagine that most people are spending 150 to 200 on just what this one bottle is, and you would pay about $50 for this one bottle. So you have, and it's high quality and it's bioavailable. So Heather, let's talk about that last.
Yes. So
what is the difference between what we put in here in terms of what does bioavailability even mean? Let's just start with
bio body, right? So bio being the body, and then availability. So your body's ability to uptake and utilize what is in that bottle. So there are, as I mentioned earlier, form equals function. So there are different forms of many of these nutrients. And you actually mentioned B vitamins and, and folic acid, for example, versus say what you have in your bottle, which is methylated B vitamins. So many people today do not break down, assimilate, and absorb B vitamins very well, like you said, due to being genetically compromised. This is not uncommon today, unfortunately. And so you're going to be taking, if you're taking, you know, inferior B vitamins that aren't necessarily methylated, for example, you're not going to absorb them well and utilize them well. And so it's really, really important that the right form is utilized. That typically is a little more expensive, yes. It typically takes more care in the manufacturing process, for sure. I mean, there's just so much that goes into it. And fortunately today, in our world, we are doing it better than ever. I mean, again, bioidentically, bioavailability. So I would just say that when people start taking your system, your products, they'll feel it for themselves, because their body's actually going to be able to utilize it. And, you know, like you said, get the neurotransmitter, you know, the neurotransmitters and whatever else it is that that their body is needing from these nutrients. Yes.
It is key. It's not just about what you take or consume. It's about what actually gets absorbed. It's about what your body could use it.
Absolutely. I mean, like even fish oils, I'm just using fish oils as an example because it just popped into my head. But like, you know, we want fish oils, right, to support the heart, the lung, the brains, right? But if it's the wrong form of fish oil, it's never going to get there.
Yeah, or if it's rancid.
If it's rancid, which
a lot of them are high mercury.
Absolutely.
They're not tested.
It's all about quality, and the fact that you have manufactured, you know, therapeutically in a way that licensed healthcare professionals do as doctors who are, you know, creating therapeutic results. I just think it's, you know, it's a whole different level that most people haven't been introduced to.
Yay. And we are introducing this to you today. So it's kind of like the ribbon cutting. And I was really excited when these arrived. You can imagine, it's kind of like, I don't have a child. I don't know if I'll be a mom, but I feel like this process, this journey of being able to go through all of this darkness and these diseases and the dysfunction and see to the other side and creating the system for you, my people, to serve in a way that says, I have tested so many things over the last 25 years. I've been testing supplements on myself, learning tons about nutrition and supplements, and I have 8 certifications. I've been a bikini competitor. I've been a pro soccer player, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, holistic health practitioner, and soon to be naturopathic doctor and breast implant illness warrior. So I've been through this whole journey, and I've tried so many things out there, but this is what I'm just the most excited about, because it literally used to take me 20 bottles to accomplish the same as what I'm getting here in 5. And, you know, you guys may have heard of ginseng, ashwagandha, rhodiola, licorice. These are all powerful things that are in the hormone hottie, which is one of our most popular supplements, aside from the collagen.
I want every woman to take that.
Every woman in all ages.
Incredible. I mean, whether you're, you know, just trying to maintain a healthy hormone status, or you're perimenopausal or menopausal, postmenopausal, it is such an incredible formula. And I will say that, you know, when you are trying to support female hormones and balancing female hormones, often we use different kinds of herbs, like the ones that you just mentioned. And, you know, the way that in the manufacturing process of the herbs is very, very careful, because herbs can be compromised. They can.
Yes.
They really can. And herbs are tricky to get pure and clean sourced. And so it's really, really important. And one of the things that I am most proud about on our manufacturing end is the standards in which we have with herbs. You know, we test for molds, bacteria, viruses, all kinds of impurities that, you know, may show up on a plant, because an herb is a plant. These are dried plants, and protective of the consumer, because we know that in order to get those therapeutic results, these beautiful results, these herbs have given, you know, women over, you know, many, many, many years in history, right? Huge human history with using these herbs. But there are also things that can be problematic, like, for example, molds. You know, women can be sensitive to mold, men can be sensitive to mold, humans can be sensitive to mold. So if you're getting herbs that have mold in them, guess what? That's going to cause another health problem that maybe you're not aware of. So we test for these types of things to make sure that the purity is there, and that when people are utilizing these products therapeutically in support of their health, that there's not something in there that's degrading their health as well.
Absolutely. I mean, ladies especially who have had breast implants, who have them,
Yeah.
this is what I see commonly on so many women, helping them from the journey of getting ready for explant, choosing a doctor, working with insurance, getting their body prepared with the right herb supplements, checking out their labs, seeing what things are deficient, how to calm things down so the body can recover quickly after. So many women have mold around their implants. And it's just, you've got to be really, really picky, because most women at the time when they're getting the implants out, they're already so toxic that you cannot afford to take any supplements that have not been properly tested, that are not tested, that don't say on the label non-GMO, that have gone through rigorous lab testing and ensuring that there's no or low levels of mold or heavy metals. I mean, this is critical. You don't want to add more insult to injury when you're already in that kind of an inflammatory state. And even if you don't have breast implants, it is just like Heather said at the very beginning of the show, we are living in the most toxic world that we've ever lived in. And if you are not addressing detox and supporting your liver and this whole system right now, we are inviting in disease. And that's why I created these. I want everybody to be on these at a baseline level. It's less than $200 a month, which many people don't really understand when it comes to like money. They might think, oh, that's expensive, but it's not when you consider that these products may increase your energy by 3 times. And then what more can you be for the world, for your business, for your family? And just what is it worth to you to have your health back? You can only value it once you have lost it. And when you can't sleep and you can't get out of bed. And this is what many women come to me and they're like, I'm miserable. Help me. I will do anything. I don't want you to get to that point. So check out these supplements. Go to every one of these pages. Watch the videos. I put a lot into this. Me and Heather both put this whole system together for you. Take the Neurotoxic Quiz, because the last thing I will say is that these nutritional ingredients can get in to the extent that toxins are not blocking them. So I do have an additional bump for if you are really toxic, there are some additional herbs that I do add to this so that it strips away toxins for where the cell wall door is, where these nutritional vitamins get into. They can't get in if you're blocked, your cell wall door is blocked by heavy metals and things. So there is multiple different phases and steps to this. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you guys totally can. And there's invitations throughout that whole Neurotoxic Quiz. Again, just go to DianeKaiser.com and take that quiz. You might be low, you might be medium, you might be high, but I have a specific protocol and video that I created for each one of you, an exact protocol to follow that you can try. And if you want to go deeper, go from there, because you're probably going to feel, maybe 2 times better with these supplements, just adding the supplements. Then try the Warrior Cleanse, change your diet. Then if you need more support, work with me one-on-one, and we'll check out your labs and talk about toxins and trauma, because there's a reason why 95% of the women that come to us have massive, massive transformations. And we're not just talking about tips and supplements. We're talking about clean out your entire life, clean everything out, your thoughts, your personal care products, the people in your life that maybe don't serve you. Yeah. And these supplements might not help you detox from a partner that's not the best for you. Might give you some more clarity to help you with that.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you do for your community. You can just see your passion and how much care and intention you put into all of this. And honestly, I've also seen it in the stories of the women that you worked with. It's so exciting. And I just, I wish you all the best of luck with this. And I can't wait to hear the stories from everyone when they start taking your supplements. And it's like you said, it's like birthing a baby, and I'm super excited.
It is, and watching them grow and watching them glow and all the things. Yeah. So we've already gotten tons of really, really good feedback from the women who have just started these, and I've been on them for 1 or 2 months, and they're already on auto ships and things. So it takes some time, but these products have already been around, but the formulas, the ingredients are absolutely the cleanest and the highest quality with the highest quantity without overloading your body. So there's a lot that goes into this, the science, the studies, and the spirit that has really gone into this. And I couldn't, again, like I said, think of a better person to put this together. So Heather, thank you again so much for being here today to talk about science and making it fun. Our
Oh,
sisters.
thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm a geek. I love the subject, but more importantly, I love chatting with you, and I'm so glad to do this project with you. And I just can't wait to reconnect and hear how it goes and hear about all the lives you're changing.
Yay. Thanks, Heather.
Of course.
Everybody watching, like I said, DianeKaiser.com, take that quiz. And also, if you are curious to dive deeper, because many of you are, once you come to this community and you learn the things that you've been, like this is a song that sings to your soul, and you're like, wow, they're speaking my language. When you read that ebook, you're gonna be able to dive a lot deeper into the actual statistics and the history. It's not boring history either. Just as a real big eye opener to why we're actually sick today. And it answers the questions of, why is my doctor not talking about this with me? And so this is where you get to become your own best doctor, your own best sister, your own best healer, and your own best friend for the rest of your life, by learning that your symptoms are self-love, language from your soul, to listen to them and to assist your body along with the best healer, which is your own self. So I'm Diane Kaiser. If you guys have any questions for any future episodes, DianeKaiser.com/ask. And again, if you like this show, please share with others, tag, and leave a review, because the more that you are leaving stars, the more women who are going to benefit from this, and the more energy that we're all going to have to turn this world around together. And I, again, thank you for being here today. Thank you, sisters. See you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If this episode really tugged at your soul and you're ready to have your personal breakthrough, we would love to have a heart-to-heart with you to get you crystal clear on 3 things. What do you want? What's standing in your way? And how do we get you to your soul goal in the fastest time possible? Visit my site, DianeKaiser.com/call to schedule your free 1-hour connection session with one of our warriors to map out exactly how you want to look, feel, and live. We've helped thousands of women warriors just like you all around the world free themselves from the symptoms and suffering they never thought possible. And you just might be our next success story. Talk soon.